Hello and welcome along to the Races TV. I think for the first time we join you from Port Augusta. We're at Squatters Cup Day. We're going to have a chat shortly about the big Port Augusta Cup Day program coming up on Sunday week, July 6. But firstly, let's have a look at the diary. Racing on Saturday, we're at Morphettville. Good program there. On Wednesday we go racing at Murray Bridge. Jeff Tansell, the president of the Port Augusta Race Club. We're at Squatters Cup Day and the big one just around the corner now, Jeff. Sunday week, Port Augusta Cup Day.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, Terry. We've made a number of improvements around the place and the fields are really stacking up well, so we're really hopeful of a big week and a big weekend. We've got a number of initiatives for that particular weekend and hopefully it'll all work out very well.
Yeah, you've got a big show coming up on the Saturday night before the Cup. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, over the recent few years we've actually promoted a pre-Cup dinner, and that's held at the local Central's footy club, and we've had special guests, and it's been run by everybody's pal Dean Sullivan and along with John Letts, and John is an ambassador of our racing club and hopefully he'll be well enough to be here this year. But this year we have Brian Martin, who's a race caller of some note, and there may be even the opportunity for him to call a race on the day. Yeah,
we've got that stitched up for BM to call a race on Cup Day itself. Mate, you talked about some of the improvements at the club as well. Phil's been busy doing some shots around the course today. I think one of the big pluses has been moving the tote house across and enclosing it alongside the bookmakers.
Yeah, most of our off-season has been put together of upgrading our TAB and our betting complex, and there's a very good reason for that. Obviously turnover drives our income, and also it improves the clientele and gets people along to the races. We've spent a lot of time over the summer months creating a new TAB, and we think it's pretty well state of the art at least for a country TAB club. We've gone to all sorts of lengths to make this happen. We've run something like 3/4 kilometre of cable, whether it's TV or data cable, to make it all happen for us. And you can see it now that it's working very well. It certainly has improved the turnover, and we're looking forward to bigger things in the future.
The TAB monitors have improved around the course as well, mate.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that we've sort of identified over the last few years. We've gone through a bit of a resurgence with how we deal with things, and we've come up with a master plan for the racing club, and one of the things that we identified early in the piece was that we had to have the best vision that we could possibly have. We've total digital vision now across the course, to the point where we can actually dial up Sky 1, Sky 2, we can even watch the footy, we can see any tote price on any TV on the course, and that includes in your calling tower.
Always a pleasure to come here, Jeff. You look after us well. The catering here is first class, has been for a long time. Even with Carmel, who's disappeared, it's still kept up that high standard. Have you got anything you'd like to add before we say goodbye?
Oh, I've only got one thing, and I reckon that if Collingwood belt the crap out of Carlton on the weekend, that'll be great.
Wally Bencic makes it back-to-back wins in the Squatters Cup, this time with Spanish Halo. Wally, give us a quick snapshot about the horse and how you found him.
Spanish Halo, I was commissioned by the owners of Pacino, who won the Squatters Cup last year, when Pacino went amiss, to find him a suitable horse. And I had sources interstate, and we tracked this bloke down, and I thought he'd fit the bill, and we got him. I've had him probably since the end of February, and he's shaped up very well. Today was his first run on the dirt, and you don't know until you run him. Even though he's worked on the dirt, you don't know if they're going to handle it under race conditions, but he's got a heart as big as a house, and I was very confident he would.
Two cracking runs at Morphettville before you brought him to Port Augusta, so if he handled the dirt, he was going to be very hard to beat. You're going to run him in the Cup here on Sunday week?
Yeah, that was his whole mission this time in, was the Squatters Cup and the Port Augusta Cup, and then he'll probably run back to town and then have a couple of runs and have a spell and try and do it all again next year.
I've got a feeling he might be able to pinch a race in town with him as well.
I think he will, yeah, I think he will. He's got a big heart, and he's got a little bit of class about him.
What sort of money did you pay, Wally? Can you let us know?
Yeah, no, peanuts basically, $7,500. I don't buy dear horses. Our Chicago was only a $4,200 purchase. Yeah, I very rarely buy dear horses. I can't find owners to buy me dear horses. I've got to settle for these. But you do the best with what you've got, and you know, I'm happy enough with what they're doing.
You've had a great day at the office, mate, with a double. Winning the Squatters Cup as well. Good luck on Cup Day.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Terry. Thank you.
Okay, finally, let's have a look at some of the races coming up at Morphettville on Saturday. Firstly, the hurdle, which will be run on the Park circuit, race number 1 on the program. It's a heat of the Over the Rainbow jumping series. A good quality jumping race, as you can see. Interesting runner there without any doubt is Mudra, former high-class flat galloper for Kieran Maher, with Richard Cully to ride. Two $40,000 flat races on the weekend at Morphettville. Let's have a look at those. Firstly, race number 5, the Brentmill Stakes over the 2,500 metres. And Breadline, he heads the weights there along with Sahara Symphony and Thubium, which has been jumping of late for Eric Musgrove. And the other $40,000 race on the program is race number 8, the Saroa Handicap. And as you can see, a capacity field there, just about 15 runners all up. Amongst the runners there, last start winners Almighty Bullet, Detox, Lil Gigolo and Razor Dream. We'll see you again next week for the Races TV.
There's nothing like a day at the races.